Troy?
Happy Friday, Jerry.
Good to see you, man.
Whew, good to see you too, man. Good to see you too. It's been a week.
I'm ready for a good weekend, man.
I'm ready for a good weekend too.
I'm gonna get really fucked up.
I got to hit that thing.
A pretty special piece, man.
Got some vapes to beat up.
Vapor streaming, just what you needed. Glad that you're here.
What the fuck is up, Jerry Bear?
You, baby. I'm
You know?
practicing for that intro. Love that thing, man.
It gets better and better. I wish it was Halloween again. I love the Halloween one so much. The Halloween theme intro song was so buzzy and catchy. I love it.
Fucking run with it anyhow, man. Let's go with it, man. Let's do it.
We should just run.
Yeah, I don't care, man. Just throw some spooks in there, man. It'd be funny, scary, spooky.
That's pretty funny. Oh man, Jerry, how's it going? You have a good week?
Yeah, I am actually, man. How about you? I'm stoked about Friday, man. I was literally just sitting out there having a moment. You know, those moments where you just disconnect and you come back, you know, where the fuck you are for a second. And the moment I realized that it was Friday night, I was like, yes.
Yeah, it became Friday for me like yesterday, like around like 4 or 5 o'clock or something. It was just like I reached a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to get the rest of my shit done. The next window of my work thing is after the Troy and Jerry think tank, so I'm just gonna like switch my brain into Friday mode now, and it's actually helped quite a bit.
Feels good, don't it, man? Feels good.
And I've been saying that for a long time. Like, live every day like it's Friday. Like, don't let yourself build the mental operating system of working for the weekend, because that just separates your work and your play life too much, and it makes people happy on the weekends, and it makes people dread the weekdays. And if you're doing something for a living that makes you that miserable, you need to make life changes. Life is too short to burn your candle on both ends, lighten the path in somebody else's shit barn, you know?
Yeah, dude, I hear you on that, man. I just dig it because Friday nights are fun hanging with you. And I'm trying to do like less. Like I'm the opposite, where I know you and I are both in this boat where we tend to work almost every day because of the way we structure our lives. And I'm starting to every now and then take a weekend and go, fuck all that shit. And so I'm starting to really appreciate the weekends more when I do that. I'm like, oh, this is what it's about, man. Like, just check out for a minute, you know, check out.
I need to do that. Like, I really struggle with that. Like, I've tuned myself so hard to not separate to like everything becomes work for me. Like, even the fun shit, like, oh, I want to do this crazy fucking cook where I wrap a turkey in bacon. Oh, I should make a video. You know, like, everything just becomes like, you know,
yeah.
Everything just becomes work.
It gets, well, especially it's funny with the way you and I do it, because you know how it is. Sometimes you're in this groove where you got so much to do, you just want to vape, but you know when you're doing it, you're like, but I should be testing something. I have to test a vape to do that. And you never get to really just sit down with the vape you want. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I love sitting down with the herborizer, because that's me time, bitch. You know what I mean?
That's part of it for sure. Like, I know I've definitely in my weed vaporizer selection of my daily use, that's actually gotten in my way of work. You know, like I've become such a heavy user where it's like, yeah, I want to use the flower pot and the hot rod all day, and I don't want to test the X-Max V3 anymore. Like it's hard for me to do that, you know.
I was just about to mention that one because I got so tired of testing that vape.
And it's a great vape. Like, it's probably the best budget vape of the year. It's probably like the new best budget portable. Like,
right?
Just in my opinion, like, coming down there, but it's hard. It's hard.
No, I'm with you. I'm excited about it. The reason I got so tired of testing the fucker is because the battery lasts so goddamn long. It took forever to run the fucker down. I mean, the battery life on that thing is stellar.
It is.
And I was like, and so anyhow, I was just like, by that, and the way I do shit is I track it and I do different scenarios and run it all the way down, all this shit. And what usually takes me half a day, Troy, Took me 3 fucking days with that vape. I was going crazy.
I got a new color of it in the mail. They're releasing a new color. It's like silver.
Ooh.
It's like a silver
Can you
color.
show?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
show,
Yeah.
or is it-
I actually have it right here as I knock a flower pot bowl and a roll of paper towels off my desk. I haven't fired it up. I've only taken some pictures of it, but yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's like a gunmetal-y silver, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like a gunmetal gray.
That's
kind of
cool.
color. Yeah.
I like that, man. I like that a lot.
Yeah, dude. I think X-Max is doing some good shit now. Happy to see it. Happy to see him coming along.
Yeah.
I was supposed to launch the review for that this week, but I didn't. Didn't even shoot it.
You didn't even shoot it? Yeah.
Didn't even shoot it.
Yeah.
Didn't even fucking shoot it. That's how my week was. I'm still working on the videos from 2 weeks ago. Actually, more like a month ago.
Come on, Troy, keep it real, man.
Just being honest.
2 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months. Sorry.
My video backlog has multiple years worth of backlogged videos because that's how my OCD works.
Yeah.
That's like I would love to just declare to-do list bankruptcy with all that shit and be like, all these videos I'm gonna make, not anymore. You know, like just to like get that anxiety off my chest. Like I would love to do that. But instead I see it as like, I guess I'm gonna have to do one video per day for the next 140 days, you know.
Right. Well, my to-do list is good for a while.
My to-do list is good. I'm gonna vape a bowl. I know we usually start with a dab, but I haven't vaped since like noon. It's been like
so we
6
doing
hours.
a bowl?
I'm gonna do a bowl.
Good, because I've had this heated up for a bit and haven't hit it yet because it hadn't gone away.
You
I told you it was gonna stay out, and it's gonna fucking stay out. I'm excited about this. Put this puppy on my radar again, man. So yeah, I'm gonna pop in something on that out of my Troy Vape Zone weed jars. I love them. They're my faves.
Dude, so jealous. But you're not vaping my blueberry kush. You're hitting some other shit, yeah.
That's long gone, bro. That's long gone. But this is this is also kind of special. This is something somebody gave me, and I was like, rock on, man. I got this just the jars for that. So
I'm vaping on some wedding cake from Jungle Boys.
Jungle Boys wedding cake, right on, man. This is Purple Haze here.
Purple Haze, all in my brain,
in my grinder. Sugar chuck down. That's what I'm talking about. So, dude, this is the question show tonight, man.
Yeah, and
I'm excited.
There's already some questions. I want to pop off some of those quick questions that were in the live chat already, just so we can get those out of the way. How old are you two? Old enough to be your mother. Right. At what age did you start smoking weed? Man, I think I first smoked weed. I think I was like 13 when I first.
Oh, I love you.
My first sexual encounter and my first cannabis encounter were in the same incident, and I was.
Dude,
I was on.
Way to go!
It was an amazing hand job, and the joint was okay too. You
couldn't tell left from right.
No, it was definitely her right, but I was like in 6th or 7th grade on vacation with my dad and with his company, but I didn't smoke again until probably 9 months or 10 months later, like before like I had to like get some friends to get some weed. You know, like, I grew up in a rural, semi-rural Illinois.
Bro, you were super young, man. You didn't have weed. You were lucky to find it ever, dude.
I grew up on brickweed. Man. I grew up on brickweed. Like the weed that I saw was brickweed. And I've said this before. When I saw like High Times magazine nug shots, I was confused and like, what
the fuck is that?
Like that's what they look like. That's what it looks like before they bale it. What really? Okay, you know.
Before they just mash it and give it to me. Fuck. How
old were you when you first started? You were.
Dude, I was a late one, man. My first time getting high was it was near the end of my senior year of high school, man.
Okay.
I didn't do a whole lot of that anything really, but drinking either. But anyhow, Yeah, it was towards the end of my senior year. Got my first run in that, and damn it all, if I wasn't like, that's the shit for me, man. Like somebody figured out the kind of ride I want.
Yeah.
That shit was great. And then I spent the next summer hunting it down, hanging with friends, trying to do it as much as I could. Probably only got high a few times during that summer. You know, like I said, it's hard to find. You're lucky to get it once a weekend, maybe. So once a month, really.
Yeah. I went through a phase in high school where I was getting high every day before school.
Oh wow,
Like,
nice.
Like I would smoke a bowl with my friends in the car and go to school stoned for the first several classes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember talking to other students about it. They were like, "Damn, like how much do you smoke?" And we were always like joking about cereal. Like, yeah, I had 3 bowls of cereal this morning. You know,
I had 3 bowls of cornflakes.
Speaking of cornflakes,
Yep.
I'm gonna hit my hot rod with some wedding cake.
I'm gonna hit this Vape bomb with a smaller load than normal. Cheers in the chat. Beat up whatever you're holding on to. Man, I hope you're vaping.
Jesus Christ.
Turn that shit up a little more. Come on, Troy, cough it out, baby. Cough
Wow.
it out. Cough it out.
Man,
I think I got little mustache hairs pointing north or something. They keep tickling my nose.
is that a euphemism?
No, it's a legitimism. It's like
A legitimism.
Yeah, like actually happening. Actually happenism. How's that?
You just made up new words. I like it.
Yep. So yeah, for me it was end of high school, a little bit in college. I took a hiatus for about 10 or 12 years and reignited in the 2000s.
I took a hiatus too. A hiatus. Huh?
Hiatus.
Yeah. Through after college in the working field, there were it's too many instances of potential drug tests. Plus, being in Illinois, weed was hard to get, and a lot of people that I worked with, especially from the newspaper industry, were very anti-weed.
Really?
There was a lot of anti-weed shit in the newspaper industry when I first started. Because that's really like when I made that decision, like, oh shit, like I better not bring my weed to work, you know.
Fucking Reagan. Reagan and his focus on the no drugs. Right about then. Yeah. It's hard,
for me,
man.
this was like early 2000s.
Well, for me, it was Reagan. Back in the 80s, he was fucking everybody with drugs, and it's hard to get them, and doubling up on the war on drugs, and fuck that shit. Yeah, we couldn't get anything, man. My crew always had access to alcohol. I mean, anybody could raid their parents' liquor cabinet, but weed was far and few between, man.
I always had alcohol in my van.
Love it.
I was out, yeah. I had a van with a little mini fridge and a sink in the bed and a little poker table and 4 captain's chairs.
How old were you? 16.
Oh
my God, this is great. And yeah, liquor out there. Yeah, dude, we'd have been good friends.
Yeah. I had a few connections, and I took advantage of them. Like I'd always have. Usually, it was like Dr. McGillicuddy. I drank a lot of Dr. McGillicuddy.
I've never heard of that. Is that a big Midwest thing or something?
Maybe. I don't know. It was. I always drank menthol mint schnapps. Sometimes I'd have like vanilla schnapps.
Yeah. It was just shitty beer and tickled pink where I came from. And that's why you liked it when somebody brought out the liquor cabinet, because then you had something actually fun and real then. So
what's tickled pink?
Some shitty pink champagne that was going around when I was in high school and middle school.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Someone asked about why is there so much snobbery between conduction and convection? Maybe we'll get into that later. That's a big one. Let's bounce off some Rio dabs because Stash Products launched a podcast this week. The the behind the stash, the secret to the stash, the stash sauce. What's their podcast called? There's so many good potential names for their podcast.
No doubt. I should remember, but I forgot. Yeah, they launched a podcast and they got a little insiders club you can join and get discounts and early access to products and shit like that. So, like the new Rio, you could get that 2 weeks before it actually releases if you're joining this club that just came out. So
they are showing off the new Rio, and I don't have mine yet. I'm very envious. They look really cool. A little smaller.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to messing with that. For now, I'm going with Old Faithful. I love this Rio, man. I think these classics are going to be like what people, you know what I mean? Like there's going to be demand for these bad boys, I think.
Do you think my Rio and your Rio is going to be like a collector's item?
Yeah, why not? Something's got to be. Why not?
I mean, because when I very first heard that they were going to get rid of the swirly ones and go all solid color, I was like,
What?
really? Yeah, I'm like, because the swirly ones are fucking badass, you know.
Yeah. Who came up with that idea?
But in a sense, it making the solid color ones, they're badass too. But it makes the swirly ones like harder to get or like an upgrade if they had them both at the same time.
Yeah.
But the swirly ones are going away,
Right.
at least for a while.
I love mine, man. I'm digging it. I can't wait to see the color when it gets in. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. But no, I mean, you're gonna always be attached to that rig, Troy. You're gonna love that Rio. Look at that. Boy, you love that thing.
You see the dabs that I got loaded in between my balls there? Actually, it's on your side.
Troy likes to load his dab between his balls and then fire it up. Love that, Troy. That's a good looking one right there.
Thanks. Remember to hit the like button, and if we get a bunch of likes, like 10,000 million, kabillion, trillion,
Talking a lot here, guys.
we'll have a trillion more dabs.
Yeah. Get busy. Pound it.
Get busy.
All right, chat. Those of you with the Rios, light them if you got them. I'm doing the Rio assist here once I get going.
How many Rios do we have in the chat? Remember to
37.
use code Troy and Jerry at Stash Products. Save 10% on the Rio or on your Stash swabs or on your Connectar.
Yep. 10% on a lot of shit over there. So, all right, I'm gonna catch up with you, Troy. All right, cheers in the chat, man. Let's go. Yeah, they're chiming in Rios. We get to see how many Rios there are. There's a lot. Somebody said 62. It's the perfect opportunity to say 42 and actually get it because we're in that area probably.
That was a good one. That was a good one, Jerry. That was right up my alley. What does that even mean? Like, where did the phrase up my alley or whatever? Where does that come from?
I don't know. I think it means you're taking it up the backside, but we're doing it all wrong. I mean, you think about it. The alleys run down the back. If you're taking it up your alley, if it's right up your alley, maybe that means a good thing. Oh yeah, that's where all the good stuff comes into the alley. Maybe that's right down the alley. I don't know, man. It's a good question. I have to Google that shit.
This is why we need CK on the stream, so he can just be like constantly Googling things. Yeah. CK, are you watching? Can you leave a comment? Can you tell us what that means? CK was a smart motherfucker.
You Google that shit. He is, man. Stab's doing it to me.
Troy, do you clean intake hole on your Mighty? No. Do you, Jerry? Do you clean your Mighty intake hole?
Never. On most vapes, I've never. I had this discussion with somebody recently. They were talking about a vape. They had problems with the intake holes on the one. I was like, why are you even doing that? Like, I mean, if I was going to do anything, I'd blow into the vape and blow it out the bottom. But they were like poking at it, and I don't know. Maybe some people they set it down and gunk all the time. I don't know, but I never had that.
I actually did exactly that with it was the Fury 2, but same difference.
Yeah.
The little holes in the bottom. I set it down in like a sandy spot for Instagram. Take pictures, like a vape nerd.
Being a good content player.
Took some pictures of it, yeah, and then picked it up, brushed it off. But when I brushed it off, I brushed off the sand from the bottom, but the stuff that was in the holes just went further into the holes.
Right.
Yeah, and I didn't catch it until it was too late.
Well, that can happen. What are you gonna do? So in that case, yeah, I would just blow into it. But if it went up in there, it might not come out those holes. You might have to do a little more. So, but no, I've never done that on the Mighty or any of my vapes. But I've heard people talk about it. So people do get shit up the back sides of their vapes. So if you get anything up the alley of your vape, go ahead and you can probably blow into it.
Are we still talking about vapes? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about vape. Are there any vapes you can think of that you wouldn't want to blow into if you thought there was something in clogging the intake?
Oh, you mean like blow back through?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I mean, some of them you don't, because it'll blow the weed everywhere. It'll blow the weed onto the heater. Like the SSV. Well, like you don't want to blow back through the SSV.
I'm assuming it's empty though. I mean, you're trying to do something else.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the SSV okay. So a portable vape, it's got an intake hole. Any of those you can think of, you wouldn't blow into. I can't think of any.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any really.
Yeah, so I would do that first, but no, I've never had that problem. Did you have any more over there you wanted?
There's a bunch of little ones we could just rattle off.
Throw them out if you got them. Pop them up on the screen.
If you could combine two strains into one to make a new one, which two strains would you combine? That's actually, I've been thinking about that because I want to. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah.
I forgot the like producer abilities here.
Well, yeah. What would you do?
Probably something with grape and maybe banana, or cherry and banana. Like I've actually been thinking way too much about strains and the pheno hunts, and potentially opening a boutique cannabis cultivar brand type thing. I'd like to have like right now, companies like kind of focus on like their champion strains or making all these new strains. I'd like to make a bouquet of strains that actually go well together, rather than having like an array of cutting edge, really potent shit. I'd like to have like a line of always true classics that fucking go really nice together. Like
you
cherry.
Mean like to mix up or to throw out the different ones?
To mix up.
All right.
Like, like cherry and banana. Like, because right now I got some really nice banana strains. Yeah. Like I got this banana OG that just has like a really, really true banana taste. No shit. And what's fucking cool about this shit, Jerry, is like some nuggets hit like overripe banana, like where the banana's like kind of like not sour, but like when they get soft and mushy, the banana's like really yellow and brown and freckled and starch is all gone. And then other bananas are like more yellow and a little more starchy, a little more creamy, subtle. I get both of those flavors from like different nugs from the batch. Like some nugs are like overripe banana and some nugs are just regular. It's fucking wild.
That is amazing.
And I think it'd be cool to like have these phenos chosen and growing and blending together. Like, and throw some like cherry in there and maybe like a nice chocolate. Like, because you can find these phenos that have like a really good cherry taste and a really good chocolate taste, but if they're not grown right under the right conditions, and if they're not cured right, then all those flavors are fucking gone. So most brands aren't getting it right all the time, and no one's getting multiples right at the same time. And I think that would be a really easy way to be the purple cow in a cannabis space, to come
I
out there
love that.
with like, hey, here's here's my 5 fruity strains. Vape them all together and get your pressed fruit bowl.
Yeah, you go blueberry. Now you got your banana. You got a cherry. What else did you throw out there?
Maybe
What other?
some root beer. Get those root beer strains, those coffee strains.
Root beer. I love it.
The pineapple strains, the pineapple tasting strains. The creamy strains. Those like sweet creamy strains.
There you go, Troy.
If I could have one vape built into my car,
I mean, you kind of sort of have the Mighty built into it already because it's just plugged into your thing.
yeah, that's true. I was actually thinking probably something that's mighty-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe with like a clothespin style open the bowl, empty it out. That way I could like empty the bowl like one-handed and then pick up some new, like load some new weed and then close it one-handed. But yeah, mighty style. At first I was thinking like hot rod or baller head. Like that would be amazing to have in the car. But realistically, I can't handle a baller head hit while driving my golf cart because like this is like the coughing fit would be too much, like I would have to dial it way back and that wouldn't be any fun.
I would think like a bag blower, get the bag blown.
Oh, dude, a volcano, a dash-based volcano.
Yeah, something like that. Just put the bag in there, it blows up. Now you pass the bag around and finish it off.
Or even, you just have like the volcano nipple on the dash. That way you could blow bags or have a whip. Or you could just hotbox the whole car.
Yeah. Okay. Bing.
Yeah. Okay. That's the answer. The volcano hybrid. Maybe multiples. Have like 4 nipples. Like a Cadillac,
like in an airplane where you've got the thing up top and you can just aim it right at you.
Yes.
Everybody's got their own little fucking dial up there.
That would be badass, dude. A car with central volcano hybrid.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Get the scientists working on the volcano car immediately.
For now, let's just get all these mounted in the ceiling of mine and go with that, man. So
one of us has to travel with volcanoes so that we can get all of our volcanoes together, make them hump and breed more volcanoes, and then we can also hotbox our car with all of our volcanoes.
Dude, I want to do some serious volcano damage like that. That would be so much fun. I want to hotbox these fuckers. Just let them go for a long time, man.
We should do it.
Fun, man.
How many volcanoes can we get together? Let's make it happen. What are you thinking about, Jerry? How to make it happen? How many can you fit in a duffel bag?
That plus the others. I mean, there's 7 right there. And there's other bag blowers that we could just take the bags off of too. Like, we've got ions and herbalizers and.
That's not cool though. I mean, it's more vapor, but
I got enough volcanoes. I don't need it. You're right. Let's do it. We gotta get 7 volcanoes.
I'm sure I can borrow at least one more because I borrowed a volcano from my friend Mines. If you're out there, Mines, I love you, bro. Hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, man.
Borrowed the volcano from Mines to do the dual volcano gas mask. But now I have 2 hybrids of my own. I have the Onyx and the regular, so I could borrow his. Have 3. I also have a classic. So
you've got the gas mask though. 2 hybrids in a gas mask is still the most damaging thing I've ever seen anybody do.
Yeah, that's like 2 grams in 30 seconds, dude. It's pretty ridiculous.
I want to do that.
Yeah. We can.
I just need the mask. I just need the mask, I guess, because or the mask and the adapters. That's what I need. So
okay. Well, next time I meet with you or ship you something, I can ship you the mask That way you can, but you got to promise to like get a can of oxygen or something, have somebody nearby ready to call 911.
Got the boost right there. Big old
That shit is serious.
right there.
Just,
Big old
yeah, the
boost.
boost. We got to get Boost to sponsor our shit. I love that stuff.
We're the perfect ones for it. So yeah, because it brings you right back, man. So ready for more. Next hit,
Isn't it-
please.
So you've been trying it? You've been using it?
Yeah, there was a good 2 to 3 weeks where I feel better now, but it took me a while to diagnose this and figure it out. But there was this one, the cartilagey spot between your ribs, whatever that is, that line between your ribs.
Sternum?
Well, no, well, I mean this thing, but no, like when the ribs go this way, and where there's all that connective tissue between the ribs.
Okay.
There was one between two ribs area that was really just tender, and every time I'd breathe heavily, it would hurt, and at times it would fake me out and make me think, "Oh shit, am I vaping too much?" And then it took me a while to figure out, no, it's just this shit, and then I was able to stop doing what I was doing to fuck with it, and now it's better. But why did I tell you about that?
Oh, because of the oxygen.
Yeah, so I was hitting it during that phase.
Okay.
I should bring it back out though. I'm gonna hit some big bowls on this Vape bong tonight. So
yeah, that's actually good timing because Chill Mike was asking, what are your best methods, tips, and techniques for coughing restraint and prevention when you're hitting the big boys? That's a good question, man.
yeah. What do you do? I mean, I don't know what happened to me. I used to cough on occasion, but I never really was much of a cougher. But when it comes to flower, unless I get something weird or something up the nose, I don't cough. Dabs will do it if I go hard, so I go easier on dabs. I personally avoid those really thick coating coffee hits because I don't like them. So I don't take the hits that Troy does. So I think if I took the hits that Troy did, I would probably cough more or at all.
So this topic's been on my mind for a bit. People have been requesting a video about this. Like Troy, you should make a video about this, and I probably will if I can get my thoughts concise enough. But there's a couple things. The vapor density for me is important, and if the vapor isn't dense enough, I find it makes me cough more. Like once vapor reaches a certain density, I find that the vapor itself sort of satisfies. So if I exhale too slow or too fast, it may make me cough. But if I allow my throat to feel the vapor on the way out, it kind of like satisfies it.
It doesn't cough. I don't know. That's interesting.
And then on my inhale, I fill my lungs completely, and I inhale with my chest first. Mm-hmm. So like when I inhale, when I take a big rip, and this is actually a different topic, like how to take a full rip. Like I stretch my spine up and I suck my gut in. And when I inhale, I fill my chest first while holding my gut in. And then when my chest is filled, then I release my gut, and then I let my diaphragm fill out, and then I let my lower half of the lungs fill. So I get like a double breath that way.
Wow.
But a lot of times, especially in the beginning when I first started doing it, like I would have the urge to cough like halfway through the inhale. Like I'd be like, inhale, 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 and I would have like this urge to cough right as like the first part fills up. So like I'd feel like I had a full lung, but once I let my chest expand and let everything expand, I could power through the urge to cough and almost take a whole nother lungful of vapor, and that vapor would satisfy the urge to cough while on the inhale. That's what I'm saying.
So how did it satisfy? Is it like scratchy? Maybe is that?
Yeah, because it's thick. It's thick vapor. You mean you see how I milk up these pieces?
So it scratches on the way out, man. That's interesting. I never would have thought about the lighter ones. I just remember the last time I took a dab that really fucked with me. and it was a long time ago, bro. Like it left a mark. I didn't do it again. It was too hot, too big, hurt, and I coughed and felt like shit for a half hour. And I was like, that is not what I'm in it for, man. And it was probably a really bad dab. It was way too hot, but I just, cause I've never had those kind of dabs here with you, but yeah, I don't like those.
Another thing, one more thing that helps, and I know you don't like those hot dabs, and I know I've encouraged them sometimes, but it's a good experience, right? Sorry, I'm in multi-threaded brain mode right now from that hit. Like I have multiple things going on. I can actually have 2 conversations at once. This is amazing. The other thing I was going to say though, with avoiding the cough or with cough prevention, like cough restraint, like if I feel the urge to cough, you know, I do like the cough foo, the throat singing, like the like that vibration tickles and scratches.
Yes.
That's one thing. The second thing is while meditating, I learned how to deal with bodily distractions. So while meditating for like long periods of time, like it's inevitable that you get like these little itches on your fucking wherever, and like little tickles and little pinches and little things, and it's very hard to sit still for a long ass period of time. And one of the meditation tricks is you focus your brain on that tickle, that itch, wherever it's happening in your body. That way, instead of just being like the urge to fucking scratch your elbow, you can actually like make your brain fucking do the matrix shit and figure out like, is there a fly there? Is it like, you know, like a vibration? Is it a hair? Like what is it? And a lot of times just focusing on it, you can make it kind of resolve. The same is true with your throat. So like just by focusing on what is this urge to cough? What is this throat tickle? Is it too hot? Is it just like my dog's out here? You know, is it is it a throat tickle? Is it like a burn? You know, like in reality, it's not really anything. It's just a tickle. You know, if your arm tickles, someone's tickling your arm with a feather, do you have to scratch it?
Dude, for me, the last few times I tried to focus on the itch to see what I can dive into. You're like, I'm in there. Like, I like to dive into my shit. Man, all it did was scream louder, drove me crazy. I had to scratch it. Like, paying it attention fucked with me. I didn't like that. So, that didn't always happen, but it does that with itches. If I try to play cool with itches, they get back at me. Oh, is that Dex? What's up, baby?
Dexter doesn't get to say hi very often. So
Look at him, man. He's awesome.
oh, his cherry eye was in earlier. Now they're both out again. Sometimes his little eye things go away. Okay.
Oh, he's so cute.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Go. Bye.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Dex. Well, you got a good kiss on there, didn't you, man? He was loving up on you. He's cute, man.
All right. Next question. What do we got?
Dude, we should go to our submitteds.
Yeah, hit them up.
All right. So we got a group of them that's basically like smoking versus vapor stuff, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
This one here is let me see here. Let me do that to it. Decarbing Daddy 75 says, what makes us stay vaporants, man? Why don't we all go back to smoking? You know, you've been playing around smoking some joints lately and having fun with it too, so you can see the allure. Why do you keep coming in back to vapor or sticking with vapor?
Oh, dude. For one, the smoke high for me is only good at night. Like getting that level of like the stone that I get from smoking a blunt isn't really a functional stone. It's like a sit there and watch YouTube and be like, yeah, man, you know, it's like the cliched stone for me. But with vaporizers, I can literally wake up 7 a.m., sit here with a cup of coffee, vape a bowl, and start my workday and be productive as fuck. I get the medicinal value with a vaporizer without the stony effects, and I get so much more flavor and diversity from my weed. With smoking, I could pull any random strain from my shelf, roll a blunt, and probably only identify one or two of the strains with the smoke. But with the vaporizer, I can nail all of them. Like you can taste all the different terpenes. You can sometimes even taste differences between individual nugs within the same batch. Like I was saying with earlier with that banana OG, and some of them taste very overripe, and some of them just kind of like normal banana.
Yeah.
You can't do that with smoke.
Nah. No, man. I came to vaporizing. I left smoking, one because I was going to do it enough to where I didn't want to fuck up my lungs, and I wanted to save money. It was hard to come by, and I didn't want to have to fucking buy weed all the time, and I was blowing through it smoking. So I was like, this shit saved me money. I was using a lot less. So that's why I came to vaporizing. Now I'm like you. If I smoke, it's typically going to be at the end of the night because I know it's going to make me a dopey and want to go to bed. But every time I do it, the reason it takes me forever to go back and do it again without just somebody else was there lighting up is the smell / taste that just I'm like, it's just smoke, and B, I don't get high for more than a half hour with smoke, man. It wears off too fucking quick. It's just not as strong as vapor. So
well, that's why I smoke blunts. I get that that tobacco mixed in, so you get the tobacco high. Because I don't do nicotine.
Mm-hmm.
So the occasional blunt will give me some nicotine, so I'll get the extra nic high, and I like that from time to time.
That's interesting, man. How about this? Shitty noise generator. This guy, he submits good questions. I like this. How do you explain weed vape without it's not burning? Like sometimes he says it's like kryptonite to brain use of people who smoke. How do you break it? Like what? How do you get in there with people and that you're trying to explain vaporizing to?
It's so tough.
Yeah,
it's so tough because the word vape has such a negative stigma that people literally stop listening. And it's happened countless times for me where I've talked with people about what I do and about my vaporizers. I've had the mighty out talking about it, and people will just kind of like nod and I'll turn it on and vape and show them, and they're not really interested in trying it. But then when the joints come out, they're hitting the joints.
Interesting. Is it because they don't get it, or did they watch you load it?
Well, that's the thing. They didn't see me load it in those instances. Like it takes a very full demonstration of vaporizers in order to make them understand that it's not cartridges. It's not oil.
I started thinking about this recently, and I think we got to say something that's succinct, that's short, that gets it, and that kind of gets your brain thinking a little bit. So I just started thinking about this recently, and I haven't even done this yet, but I think I'm going to start rolling this out. Is just kind of calling it like if I'm hitting a Dynavap, if I'm in a Vap cap and someone says, "What are you doing?" I'm going to say, "I'm vaping a joint," or "I'm vaping a J," and they'll know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. Maybe. You know what I mean? The J will stick out. The joint will stick out in their head. They might question the vaping, and then I've got them. You know what I mean? If they want to talk about it. If they don't, that's fine. Not everybody's into it. I don't want to waste my time on it. But I want to throw something out there that's quick, easy, and will hook the interested to ask a question. Outside of that, they can walk on, man. I don't want to talk to deaf ears. There's no point. Most people don't want to, and it'll frustrate you more than them. So just, Don't try to preach to those who don't care. That's for sure. But again, that's mostly for you. Like, I don't care whether they hear it or not. If they don't care, it's frustrating to the preacher at times. So if you're feeling frustrated by it, pay attention to who you're talking to and be more selective.
Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of taken that advice, or you're giving that advice, and been applying that advice in different levels of life. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of it has to do with who we are. I know that a lot of times we're kind of young about things and just want to share it because we're excited about it, and that's cool. But some people don't want to hear anything. Don't worry about it. Just keep on trucking. I was the kind that would get my feelings hurt and get discouraged, as opposed to just going, "Oh, okay, clearly that's not the right one. Next." There's 8 billion people out there. I clearly just didn't get the right one.
A lot of opinions out there.
Yeah. Those kind of questions rolled in kind of a lot of the other stuff that we talked about there. So I think that I won't even bother with the other ones that were like it. Although actually, I'm gonna go with Treacy Bear. I don't know. It's cheesy with an R. Treacy Bear. Any tips for crossing over to the vape side for smokers? That's a good question. We should pop some of those out.
Dude, totally. If you're combusting on the regular, like joints or blunts, and you're looking for a vape, especially if you're looking for a first vape, I would highly recommend a Dynavap or a Sticky Brick. Those are the two that, in my opinion, are best at converting smokers, because people who smoke are usually looking for that deeper stone that we talked about, and they're looking for that probably a rich hit, like a rich, heavy, roasty, like they want to feel that smoke. They want to feel that shit in their throat. And Dynavap and Sticky Bricks are the quickest path to that satisfaction.
Yeah, that torch helps even on the lighter hits. It just gets you there. And what I like about those is, the best thing about those is if they combust in them, they're smokers. They don't care. It'll probably like, oh, that felt good for a change. I kind of like that. Or every now and then I didn't mind that happening because I get a little higher that session. So,
it's the Hannah Montana hit. You get the best of both worlds. You get all the cannabinoids and terpenes from the vapor, and then you finish it with the smoke.
That's right.
Remember the
reference editors.
Remember the Magic Flight? What was it called? It was tiny. It was like the little.
Oh, the PETA or the Pico.
Pico.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Pico.
I got one of those on my shelf somewhere. The little vape to combust one hitter.
Yeah. Yeah, really kind of doomed to combust, right? Like that was I think it was meant to smoke, sort of.
That's what their marketing said. Like that's what it was a beta thing or alpha thing. I guess it was an alpha thing, not a beta thing. It was a vape to combust if you want to. Like that's what it was kind of put out there as.
It was too easy to combust for me, so. to think that it wasn't gonna combust, you know what I mean? So I was like, that's meant to combust, but yeah, that was kind of cool for smoking. Yeah, if you're gonna convert to smoking, I'd say those are good ones to pick. So pick the right vape, spend some time, get to know what you're looking for and what you're gonna fall for. Pick a vape that looks like you're gonna fall for it, something that you're drawn to, and then I say you gotta not smoke for 2 weeks if you're vaping every day, and just go with it, man. Like you gotta commit to it, because every time you smoke because you're frustrated, it almost resets you back to the beginning again. And as soon as you take the corner on vapor, you will feel the way about vapor you do now about smoking. And it doesn't take you long to get there, but you got to push through this beginning phase. And the best advice I've ever seen work for people is commit to not smoking for 2 weeks. Vape as much as you want, but don't fucking smoke for 2 weeks. And I think you'll do all right if you're consuming every day, that kind of person.
I think that's solid advice. That 2 week tolerance break will really give you an amazing perspective on those first vape hits. Like you'll you'll have such a fresh perspective on weed.
That way too. Like, I mean, like if you take a tolerance break between smoking and vaping, you'll be off to the moon as soon as you get started vaping. If you don't take a tolerance break, but you at least stop smoking and only vaporize, if you can commit to that for 2 weeks, I think you can make it and get that corner where you're like that. But if you take a tolerance break beforehand, like you're saying, Troy, shit, man, you'll be hooked as soon as you touch it. It is a great ride there, man. That's been a long time since I did that, but it felt good. I remember it.
I've been playing.
Ooh.
I've been playing which weed grinder has my weed in it lately.
All right, I love it. Hang on a second. I gotta minimize this. Oh, there we go. Now we can see them all. Which one?
All right.
Did we see in the beginning, or we're just guessing now?
Well, you did kind of, if you remember.
Oh shit! All right, I'm gonna go with the purple.
The amethyst gold.
Yeah,
blue.
I think you put it in there. Did I? No, wrong.
No. Okay.
All right. Are you gonna mix them up again on me? Oh shit! Well, now I was gonna say the one on the right, but now blue. I gotta go with the. Is it sapphire? Sapphire? Is that what that is? Blue sapphire.
I think it's sapphire, and then I think this is the gunmetal. Is it? It's not the hematite. It's like the dark gray.
I don't
maybe
know.
it's the hematite, and then the amethyst on the bottom.
I don't know, man. Did I get it? Oh, you fucking with me? How do they? Is it? All right, now you got to prove that it's even in the other one, because I don't think you even got it there now. I see. That's how you just got rid of it. You shook it all out. Fucker.
Thank you, Brilliant Cut, for sponsoring our show. Get your Brilliant Cut grinder in large. This is a large version, by the way. The threadless 3-piece grinder.
Show us the way
from grindersforlife.com. I only got a little bit in there.
I did not pay attention, did I?
No, you didn't.
Hope you fuckers at home are paying attention more than me.
I grabbed the other grinder and moved it around like it was a mouse, trying to like move my mouse pointer.
That's great.
Like an old Mac mouse. That was the worst fucking mouse in the world. Whoever designed that, man, I hope they aren't working at Apple anymore.
Is that the one where the whole mouse got pushed?
The puck. It was the puck mouse. Where it was like a round mouse, and what would happen is like it would change orientation on your desk, and then you'd pick it up and move it upwards, and it would like move your fucking shit sideways. Yeah,
that's great.
It was the worst.
Figure out which way to point it.
You had to grab your mouse and then make sure that the fucking wire was pointed north. You get out your fucking compass, and then the whole thing. That thing is stupid.
Hey, have you seen the Apple remote for Apple TV now? That the rectangle that's thin as shit, and part of it's touch and part of it's buttons.
No,
I've had one for like 3 years. It is the worst fucking remote on the planet. I can't believe it's Apple for the same reason. It's like all you have to do is like a breeze go by the touchpad, and something comes up on the screen. And then it starts going. And so if it's on the couch and you just kind of roll into it a little bit, your night is doomed. You're trying to figure out where the fuck you were. Then you got to recover it, find it, stop it, aim it the right way without touching the wrong buttons. Get it? I hate that fucking remote. And I can't believe it's an Apple product in this century. Sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Apple. Like they get a lot of shit right. They do a good job with a lot of shit, but I'm not a fan.
Well, the same dude that did that mouse is around designing these remotes, and he needs to be gone, man. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He's ruining our lives.
Julius Pepperwood asked us, I think it means how did we meet? How did Jamokes meet? I'm not sure what Jamokes mean.
Put it on the thing. Do you see it? Can you put it?
It's in the wrong tab. I have my monitor to my left that I can see the YouTube chat.
Okay. All right. So what was the question then?
How did you meet?
You and I meet?
I think it's what it means.
Yeah, that was Champs ages ago, man. I remember the first time I saw you at Champs, I just kind of bumped into you, and that was it. The very first time, like you were.
with Stu or something.
Oh, I'm always with Stu. Yeah, absolutely. Been going there with him since the beginning, I think. But
we had emailed each other before meeting at Champs. Like you had emailed me because you were managing, and you still manage the Planet of the Vapes affiliate program. So you would like email me like, hey, with the sale coming up, your commissions are going to shit. So, you know, like it wasn't
that was before we met.
Yeah, wasn't it? Like it wasn't that most of the how we got introduced because you were doing some things with Planet of the Vapes and I was doing some things.
I remember us the first time. Okay, so it's almost like the first time I saw my wife was not the first time I met her. First time I saw you was at Champs, and it was a show where we didn't really meet. You were running around. Not I don't think you were there for the whole thing, or maybe we just didn't see you. But you were with Randy when I saw you. I of course was running around with Patrick and the gang, and so I just remember bumping into you guys once or twice, saying hi, obviously recognizing you and knowing who you were. But then it was the next Champs show where I got to hang out with you, and then we got to meet, and that's when we had the sound bath and all that shit, and that was the main one.
Okay,
is that not how you remember it?
No, that's totally how it went down.
Okay,
in the real physical world, but you don't consider all of our e-communication. Like maybe you didn't even know it was me. You probably like what? Like we talked on the internet.
I don't remember the timing of it, honestly.
Okay.
The affiliate stuff, I don't remember when you and I started communicating on that. I just remember that you were coming from a completely different community, but in my mind, the same community. It's the enthusiast online community. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's a whole bunch of overlap between that and the old forums and shit and stuff like that. And so I always looked at it like, fuck yeah, man, Troy's crushing it in video out there in that community that I love. So I always saw that connection, but never had an opportunity to meet you or really spend any time with you until that time at Champs. So and then still have only really seen you at Champs except the one time when I came to LA for that week, and we got to take the Trichome Institute course together. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we should do that again.
We should give Max a holler. Say, yo, Maximilian Montrose, teach me about my weeds. Troy's trying to hold him down. He's practicing his no cough technique.
I'm doing some cough. You didn't fully explain your oxygen.
The can? Mostly I just take too big of a hit apparently when you saw me take it, because I take it like I'm taking a whole breath instead of just a but it just kind of when I hit that stuff, it kind of makes my lungs feel a little fresh, like almost like whatever that lung riot just went down a few notches. For me, I don't get too much of a lung riot, so it kind of puts it all away and I can go right back to baseline because it's not very high anyhow.
I want to test it on Stu.
Yeah,
like
I want to all the time.
I want to feed Stu like a dab, because dabs kill Stu. Like,
I want to first feed him anything and then give him that oxygen and see if a boost keeps him from coughing, because he coughs on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if that would just even alleviate that would be a huge win. You know what I mean? Like anything. You don't even have to give him a dab to find that out. But yeah, a dab on him.
I brought a bunch of it to Champs for the Modern Cannabis party. I had a trunk full of it, because I had the SSV 43 there, and I was fucking scared. I was scared. Like I was honestly scared that somebody was gonna hit the SSV 43 and just like pass out or something. Because until
we're gonna run up with a can of boost. I got it. Ready for this one.
You're not dying on my watch, Sneaky Peter.
Pete, you know you're going down with that thing. We got the boost for you, baby. Don't you worry, you can hit it again. That's
I
fucking
mean,
great,
that thing,
man.
it almost killed Austin. Remember that whole party? That whole party was all about having Austin's first dab.
Yeah.
Because Austin had never had a dab, and we threw a whole fucking party to have Austin's first dab. And we set up the SSV 43.
And somebody put him on that first.
Austin hits the SSV 43 and fucking can't do anything for the next 4 hours.
It was a long party waiting for the show. It was great, man. And then he took that dab like a champ, man. He did a good job with the dab.
Yeah, he did. That was great.
But the SS43 kind of prepared him for it in a way that, you know, because that was clearly the heaviest flower hit anybody come up with at that point. So
yeah. He
He
even said, he's like, the fucking SSV 43 hit harder than the dab.
Yeah, that can happen, bro. That can happen. Especially if you're not like, if you don't know what you're getting into and you just go for a big woofer.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, man. That thing
Take
don't fuck around.
right over there. Your seat's right over there. We'll check on you every now and then.
I gotta get it out to compare it with the baller head and the hot rod. Like,
yeah, you do.
In my head, I think they're all the same. Like I don't want to compare. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you know, but I need to.
There's enough of them now to where it's worth it. There'll be some subtle nuances and some differences, and some of them will flat out perform better than others. Like some will do hot spots, and some other, it'll be easier to get rid of the hot spot on some than others. So I think you'll definitely find some things that you like and don't like about other, with the ball vapes. I definitely put them in their own little class. There's very few vapes without balls that I think make it into that category. Probably can count to 3. I'm done. So, they're definitely their own fucking animal. But they have their own little quirks as well. And I personally fall a notch below that. So, yeah, man, I enjoy like the Vape Bong and Herborizer for shake-ups around here, man. Those are those ones I'll bounce around.
Shake it up.
Get up. Yeah, man. All right, let me see something here, man. We got another category of stuff to hit up. You ready?
Yeah, man. Hit them up.
So here's some. Let's go to this. Let's go to this. We'll go to this short one. It's 3 questions. It's about the future of vapes. How's that? Okay. First of all, what's your favorite discontinued vape? Ultra Revan says, what's your favorite discontinued vape?
I believe the Lotus. Is the Lotus no longer available? Like I went looking for the Lotus, couldn't find the Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lotus.
I don't know if anybody kept that alive or not.
There's plenty of good discontinued vapes that I could be on the list. But yeah, the Lotus is a good quick hitter. What else?
It's easy for me, man. It's easy for me.
Okay.
Hey, Square, baby. This fucking vape, it had some problems, and I believe the problems maybe made it easier to let go of than it should have been, but it fucking rocked me and did what I wanted, man. I mean, I could put a 1/4 gram of flour into each of 4 different pods and take one and vape the fuck out of it, and then boom, go right to the next one, and boom, right to the next one, and boom, right to the next one. That was cool as fuck. This was the best vape for me to step outside and take a hit at a restaurant to try to get there. I could literally within 2 hits feel the effects, whereas no other vape would do that for me as a portable. No other portable can hit my tolerance that way. So,
asterisk when it worked.
Well, I had a beta version that I was able to tweak, and it was pretty consistent. So this is not it. This is a production version that I haven't played with much, but I have it. This one though, I don't trust the productions as much as the beta. There were some things I didn't like. The baskets, the color would wear off on those things. There was some weirdness on some of the parts inside of where the bins are. And there was just enough things about the production unit that saddened me, because I think that it's possible that those could have been its doom. I'm totally making that up. Nobody told me. But when I see something have 2 or 3 materials issues in a release early on in a vape, I go, that's a lot of shit to fix, and not only fix but replace. And when there's not much money, because that can cripple a young company. So it's very possible that was part of it. But no, I didn't use this much because of that. I'm going to look for my. But look, dude, I just quick charged it with the USB-C thing, man. I mean, these guys are way ahead, way ahead. This is years ago, man.
I know they had some really cool designs, and the Hayes Square was even in like discussion, like where the open design, like he was sharing the designs like a year before it ever even came out as an actual product. Like, do you remember there was like there was a Hayes Square that looked functionally different. Like it was still a square with 4 bowls, but under a different design. Like it was a pre-released one, because I remember that thing was delayed. And there was another one that Hayes had one that was going to do concentrates and dry herb with 2 separate bowls.
Dude, they were doing all kinds of shit. Yes, they had like a prototype of that was really cool, and we never got to really get any further than that.
Yeah, they had some cool shit coming out that never made it out.
This fucker, man, I'm gonna pack it up. This thing is, I charged it. I'm gonna pack it up and see what happens.
Yeah, Joey's in the chat. I saw at least 5 people say Supreme, so like Joey must have been like a genie, like boom, like we're talking Supreme, ladies.
And we're talking about, the question was what?
As far as the best discontinued vapes.
Oh yeah, that's definitely qualifies as a desktop. Now, that didn't ring my bells just because it's not one that I personally use all the time. But that's a dope vape. It definitely should be on that list, man.
Yeah, that thing fucks you up. What about the sublimator? Is that thing dead? Discontinued? Can you get it? What's going on with that?
Well, I mean, I think they're working on versions and stuff. So, but it's not available. Last time I looked, that's actually one that's on my. Like this says, what new unreleased vapes are you excited about? That was the next question from Eric 1, and you just answered it, I think, with the sublimator. That if it's unreleased, that's one I want. If it's released, I need to go figure it out.
How about the Glass Symphony G43? Either of those? I'd love to have the real Glass Symphony, rather than one of these rebuilds. Although apparently the rebuilt ones are going to perform even better. So
yeah, probably be smaller and all that. I'll be interested to see what they come up with a heater, because the heater on that thing was pretty unique. I mean, it was a glass coated copper heater, I think, or something like that, but completely glass coated. So anyhow, there was like a loading tray for this. There was all kinds of accessories they have for this fucking square.
There was wasn't there a cleaning tray as well?
There's a loading tray.
Oh no, wasn't it like you flip it over and use it for cleaning or some shit?
Oh yeah, you're right. Something they had everything, because it was a pain in the ass. So they had these great tools to actually make it less of a pain in the ass.
I think I still have my loading tray somewhere on here. Harry Pecker here. What's your favorite variation of the Dynavap? Harry Pecker.
Oh, yeah. What do you got for that one?
I don't know. Right now I'm back on the Omni. The Black Omni has just won my fucking heart.
That's not.
The Revolve Stem is badass though. Do you have one of those now, Jerry?
A Revolve Stem
From Mad Heaters.
Is that the one with all the twisty and the 3 different options and all that?
Uh-huh.
I do have one of those, and it's produces some really cold fucking vapor, man. It's amazing how much it cools the vapor.
Yeah.
Which one did I do?
That thing's pretty fucking badass. I'm excited for that one to come out.
Yes. All right. I loaded up tray number 3 and then didn't know it. You got to know what tray you loaded if you're only loading one.
Load up those trays. I'm turning into an octopus. I can feel my arms turning into tentacles. They feel like big logs of pizza dough, like just plopped on here onto the desk. Just like flop.
Those tentacles?
I pulled out a new strain that I haven't vaped today just because I needed something for the, So yeah.
What is it?
It's this wedding cake from Jungle Boys. It's been in my drawer of humidoric pressure for a few months. My OCD has prevented me from opening it, and now I have it, and it's wonderful.
It's making you feel good. I love it. Oh, here's the temperature change. I couldn't remember how to change the temperature. Let me change the temp on this fucker if I can.
The name of the new stem was the Revolve stem from Mad Heaters. Mad Heaters, man. MAD Heaters. They're in the UK, I believe.
Are they from the UK? Shit. I liked when he sent that stem. It was a glass one with it too, and it was nice to have that so you could see what the fuck was going on. It's a cool look.
Yeah, to see the vapor. Yeah, man. We gave one of those away Halloween in the Discord. That was the grand prize. And ice cream. The girl who came to our Halloween costume party dressed as Jay.
Yeah.
She won the Revolve stem, so she'll be receiving that stem. Congrats, ice cream. I can't wait to hear what ice cream thinks of the Revolve stem. She promised to share her thoughts in the Discord.
Dope. Got to hear about it. Dude, this thing is whooping. I forgot. On-demand convection.
You're vaping on this square.
I'm vaping on the Haze Square, man. I'm on my third hit on this bowl. Going into the second one was nice.
And I remember when you pulled that thing out and you were all excited about it in Vegas, and I was like, "Really? Yours works?" Like I was all surprised. And you're like, "Yeah, man, let's go vape on it. I just need to charge it or something." And we went to like Boundless room. It was inside the Link Hotel, that really weird hotel.
I remember it well.
The hotel?
I remember that whole night well. And I remember that. Like, we were passing this fucker around in the room, and it got to Eric and died. And I don't mean like the battery died, like it died. I was like, oh shit, that's a fucked up error there, man. So, oh man, that was good though, man. I'm getting some great hits. Like, yeah, dude, this is one that I wish we were on version 3 by now, and everybody had one kind of thing. This thing was fucking dope. What a great initial hit.
That vape could have been something very special, I think.
This is so cool, man. I just like fucking with it. It's fucking killer.
Yeah.
You used to have extracts in 2, and you'd put, herb in the others and go back and forth and fucking crush the battery on it because it took a lot of juice to pull that off. So, all right. This one, I don't know what's wrong with it. Obviously, the controls, there's always something wrong with it. My controls are fucked up, so I can't change the temperature, so I'm stuck on that one for some reason. So.
The last time I vaped with mine, I'm pretty sure I haven't vaped with it since, but it was in a video. I made a rest in peace Haze vaporizers video, and I vaped a couple bowls. I think I vaped all 4 in it, and then I fucking burned myself. I fucking burned my thumb on that fucking vape. Thing gets so hot, dude. The ceramic housing around the coil.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but it's been a long time. I haven't used it in years, man. I might play with it some more. We'll see. Are there any yeah, man. Love it up, man. You should. It's a badass vape. What's coming down the line that you're stoked about, man? Anything that you? All right, 2 things. One, either something that is coming that you can't talk about that you're excited about, or B, something that's out that you haven't had a chance to cover yet, or haven't opened the box yet, or whatever that you're excited about.
Oh, okay. I got a bunch of shit that I'm excited about, Jerry.
Okay, then. Can you talk about them?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
I have a package from Lamart that I need to unbox.
Have you opened it?
I haven't. I know what's in it, and there's 2 of them. and one's for a giveaway. So I need to unbox them and shoot the video and
Nice.
announce the giveaway. So
Can you say what it is or no?
Yeah, it's two of the new Tetra P80s from the dipped drop that he did.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. That's dope.
I did 2 pre-orders beforehand. Yeah.
That's killer as shit, man. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace mine and then give them away because dude, those new like the acrylic, dude, I'm fucking high as balls. The acrylic pour ones where he does like the sliced wood and like the wood bends around the whole back end. Have you seen these things?
No.
Girl, come on. You haven't seen the latest Lamarts? No. All right, I gotta bring them up for you.
Bring them up, man. Show me this thing. Pull this up. Are you gonna share it so I'll make it a thingy down here and all that, or what? Am I just gonna make you big?
You're gonna make me big, Jerry.
I'll make you big right now, Troy. I'm gonna make you big. You ready?
Yeah. And now we're age restricted.
Yeah. Wow. I don't care.
I'm looking for like the pictures of my favorite ones, but
can't restrict expressing our feelings.
I wonder if I can.
So when are you gonna reveal all that you just talked about? Like when are you gonna do your unboxing and show everybody what's going on in that box?
I was supposed to shoot the video this week, but I ran into some shit. I stepped in some shit. Oh yeah, here we go. Does this work? Yes.
Oh, sweet.
You see how like it's an acrylic pour, but then the wood is like sliced and then stretched to go around there.
Yeah.
He's got a whole
cool shit.
Yeah, he's got a whole new series of these things, and they're gorgeous. I just had to have one.
That's cool as fuck. That's cool as fuck.
So yeah, I figured I would get 2 and give one away.
I can't wait to see him, man. Maybe the next week or 2.
Yeah, I gotta get it opened, so it'll happen. Probably happen this weekend.
All right.
I started making like a new video format today. Well, all week essentially, but today I really found where I want it to go. I found where I want it to go. Like I found a new vision. So, but we'll talk about that. Talk about that as it comes out.
All right. So you got that. What else are you excited about?
There's a new Air Vape coming out, a desktop vaporizer from Air Vape.
No shit.
Yeah, I don't have it yet, but I wanna check that out. I'm looking forward to that.
What do you know about that desktop?
Nothing that I can talk about, unfortunately. But they do have a picture of it of like their prototype on their website, which I could show because
I'm curious as to what it's going to do or what we can figure out. Chwonk.
Okay, and the pedal bonk. The Air Vape Enso. What is this thing?
Wow.
It says is a desktop vaporizer set to be released in 2022. You can view it in AR if you had the right plugin.
So what can we tell it does from this? Anything?
Look at all the 5-star reviews. You can't tell anything. Like it
power up, down. Looks like, is that a power cord or a hose? I can't tell. There's 2 of them.
It's hard to tell. It looks like it's a strap-on. It looks like it's a strap-on dildo. Like this part can either strap onto your.
Now I am excited.
It can be a face cone. It can be the chin dildo. It can be the face cone. It can be the strap-on. I don't
Strap
know.
a vape right under your mouth and just walk around as it just obliterates you.
I mean, it almost looks like it's a dust buster. Like it almost looks like the bottom part. Maybe have you seen the whack it grinder where like you just throw your nug on your table and like it's almost like the slap chop.
Yes.
It's like, hey, it's Vince from Slap Chop, and you just like whack it a couple times, and now it's ground. What if this thing just sucks up your nugs, slap chop style, and fucking blows out vapor on the top?
Then I want it. That would be great.
It's hard to tell what it does from the picture because the picture is like, is it big? Is it small? Is it a dust buster? It says it's a desktop vaporizer.
It's got that intake on the bottom. Looks like it's ready to blow shit out the top. I kind of like it, man.
Guess what?
Hey, guess what? 10% unlock it, man. That's fucking great, dude. Me digsy. All right, cool. So they got something rolling. That's cool.
RBT is putting out some new shit. He actually put out a couple videos on his YouTube channel. Let me see if I can find it here.
What's he calling it?
Well, he's got a couple different products that he's talking about. One of them is like a Dynavap cooling stem with balls in it. So it's like a metal ball filled device. It looked pretty badass. It looked like it was a mouthpiece or a water pipe adapter. Could be both. But I imagine with all those balls in there, it's very cool vapor. But then he also had a very innovative attachment for the Dynavap that goes over the tip, almost like a different cap, and it turns it into a high convection vape.
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah, like a one-hit extraction Dynavap. High convection.
Right on.
Yeah. So, and he also he kind of teased that he was going to have a new type of beta program coming out. So RBT on the YouTube is where I saw his video. I can't find it right now though because my brain is too time warpy. If I open up another tab, I'm gonna get lost.
It's gone. No worries. We'll keep you on track. What else? Got more stuff coming.
There's a couple things. The Vape Man. Did I mention the new Vape Man?
Yeah. Oh no, you didn't mention it.
Okay, there's a new Vape Man. So I got a new Vape Man, and there's updates to it. Like the people that bought it or took over. It used to be made in Switzerland. Now it's made in Italy, I believe.
Yeah, good job.
And the two fellows who are making the Vape Man now have made a few improvements, and I'm really looking forward to fully understanding the improvements and trying them out and comparing them because my old Vape Man is old and charred, and I'm looking forward to trying a new Vape Man.
Yeah, me too, man. That'll be fun to do. Yeah, well, those guys, I like what I see. I'm looking forward to checking in on that too, man. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and we're gonna sesh with them and bring an interview of them to the show so we can talk about the Vape Man. There will be more content about the Vape Man and the new Vape Men.
Vape Men, the Vape Men are in the house, man. And then what are the what is it? The two ball vapes again?
I mean, the hot rod comes out in 3 days.
Like there's the hammer or whatever. What were those? What were the ones that we got?
The anvil. The Halo and the Atlas.
Halo and the Atlas. Those things.
Yeah, from Cloud Connoisseur.
I'm looking forward to those too. Those will be cool.
Yeah. I think he mentioned he's going to be repping ours up pretty soon.
Sweet.
He's been evolving the design and the build along the way, so it's beneficial that he puts us at a point where he's most comfortable with the build, because I'd hate for him to send us our vapes that we purchased and then he makes some like revolutionary change that makes it twice as good.
Yeah, dude, happens all the time in small manufacturer run type stuff. So
For real.
yeah, I'm with you. When it's highly volatile, I'm cool waiting until things have settled out. Personally, a lot of times, I mean, I usually don't, but I'm fine that way, So
Mm-hmm. Cannabis
Especially for
Hardware
shit.
put out some new shit. They put out the teacup. Did you see the teacup?
Yeah, that does look nice.
It does look nice. It looks very promising. I like that direction. I would like to see a teacup. Obviously, I feel like this is like me being Captain Obvious here. I want to see the teacup with the full baller head. Like, give me all the balls, all the dab,
Yep.
all the power. Don't skimp on anything. And that's an end game.
That'd be dope. End game right
device.
there. Huh?
Make
End
it
game
so
ball headed.
Make it so it plugs into the car. Whatever, dude. Give it all the power options. The be all end all weed device. You put a
Troy
fucking
will roll up everywhere with it. Just roll up with a hat, blowing out the car. You would hotbox everywhere you go if you had one of those, man. It'd be awesome.
dude a fan attachment.
Yeah,
That's what we need to see. We need to see a bag blowing ball vape. We need to blow some balls.
the problem is you change that bowl too quickly. It would just get going and finish the bowl so quickly. You'd have to change it all the time. You know?
Well, it would be optimized by the engineer. The engineer would.
There you go. That guy's in the house. Fixes all that shit. All right,
Pranav,
we're covered.
Is Pranav here?
Pranav, you're fixing all this shit we talk about, right? That's great.
I'm gonna load another bowl. My voice is getting deeper.
Have you seen or messed with the anvil at all that you mentioned a second ago? Or we did?
No, I want to.
Yeah, that shit looks interesting.
That shit looks really cool. It's got like some copper thing inside of it, so it's got some material science at play.
Sweet. So we'll have some purists to come in the room and start getting pissed off. Right on.
What?
We'll have some people don't want copper in their thing or figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll see.
Oh, girl.
They're always out there.
Okay. I encourage you all to hydrate. Also to hit that like button if you haven't.
All right, so let me see here. We got some more shit here, man.
Or dislike if we suck. You know,
I like the you had a good list. You got more on your list. That was a good list of stuff that's coming out that you're excited about.
There may be more, but sorry if I didn't mention you. Doesn't mean that I'm not excited about it. It just means that it's not on my brain right now.
Troy's hammered, man. Troy's hammered. I'm excited to get. I've got another the Nomad. I'm in a batch of Nomad 2s one of these days. But you know how that goes. I'm not holding my breath on timing. That can be a while, but
the copper is outside.
I'll be the most excited about. Oh, it is outside? Okay, good.
Thanks, Joey. Appreciate that. And Mike, appreciate that. Oh, the Q aroma, C aroma, T aroma, Z aroma, A aroma, B aroma.
That looks fucking crazy right there, man.
Right? It seems like the most obvious thing. Like I remember that was like a napkin drawing. Like when I was first, like when the SSV first happened, I was like, oh my god, like what? How can we build the ultimate ball vape? And then it was like a flower pot that like went in here, like threaded together, that was hollowed out. You know, it was like inside of any coil. It seemed to be like, whoo, like that's the ultimate easy win right there.
Well, the all quartz body action is what's blowing my mind. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's fucking dope. Like the Despot had that going on from a quartz perspective, like just holes drilled through it for flower. But this whole thing here looks like another level on that stuff. Poor novice. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't going to say anything, but okay. If it's out there, it's out there. You got to fix that shit. That's funny.
It's even here. It's probably here. Nasty P.
Is porn here?
Can we get some Nasty P in the house?
Is porn
Oh shit!
here?
I just fucked up my mic.
Did you?
Yep.
I'm putting it all in. I'm just putting it all in. Get it all in there. There we go. How much do you put in your vape bomb? All of it.
I put it all in.
All of it. It all goes in. I fucked that shit up.
And the anvil is exciting. The
Yeah,
Twax
man.
espresso. That's fucking genius. The Twax espresso.
Love it.
Okay.
All right, let's do some more questions here, man.
I'm gonna hit a bowl while you read a question. How's that?
I'm gonna read a question and you're gonna hit a ball. I love it. We'll start like from over here somewhere. Let's see here. What vape do you most want to add to your collection, Troy? That's from Ultra Reverend. I like that. I can tell you for me, I think some kind of baller sublimator is something I'd like to see rolling over here. Either that or that Crew Roma you just mentioned. Those two things there are probably near the tops of the list as far as something that needs to show up. I look forward to getting one of those and beating it up. What do you think? Mr. Needs a boost.
Yeah, I do need a boost. The Q Aroma lineup is definitely on the list, but high up on my want list is probably the Oaken. I would love to have an Oaken, and I know he doesn't make them anymore, and it's like the obscure, impossible white whale thing, but I think that would be the ultimate. Like, I think it'd be cool, man. Like me as a charcoal grilling enthusiast, anyway. Like I really like charcoal grilling, so what are you doing, Jerry?
Keep going, man. I like how you said charcoal. You started throat singing charcoal, and I had to zoom in. That sounded really good. You were getting poetic there, man.
I could tell by like your clicks and like your snickers that something was going on.
Every now and then you go off somewhere else, and that's when we want to check in and see what's up. Your eyes were closed for a bit. You said a lot with your eyes closed there.
My eyes, I could see everything.
You sure? Well, probably, but not through your eyes. I'll tell you that much. You didn't see nothing through those things.
I could see through the universe, man.
Have you seen this shit where it's going on in like 3 different parts of the world that they're doing right now in institutes and stuff, where they're basically taking away people's, vision, whether it's through blindfolds or whatever, and through sight deprivation and some kind of training, they're pretty quickly just seeing everything without their eyes, like being able to read and shit like that without their eyes.
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah, there's one out there on the West Coast. You gotta check it out. I want to go, man.
I've seen people that have learned to like echolocate.
That's fucking crazy.
Just with practice, just with like going down in the basement and putting on a blindfold and going, and they're learning the little sounds and learning how they bounce around and trying to like. Did I tell you about what I used to do? This was a total stoner thing too, by the way.
This sounds awesome.
Like when I would walk from my office, when I worked at Fat Wallet, when I would walk from like my office to a conference room or to somebody else's office, like it was a big complex, and my office was like here. So like I had different locations to go throughout the day. A lot of times what I would do is that once I would get to the point where I could just walk in a straight line,
Yeah.
I would close my eyes. I would guesstimate how many steps it was going to be, and I would close my eyes, and I would play the game of try to walk in a straight line, and try to take as many steps as I committed to before chickening out and opening my eyes or bumping into something.
Cool.
Oh, dude,
How'd that go?
It was fun. It ended up in a couple different embarrassing situations. One time I walked into this big column that was it was just like a big fake column in the building that was around like an AC unit or something. But yeah, I walked into it and it made this really loud bong sound, and everyone in the campus came running out of their office. Like, what was that? And I was like, I bumped into the column really hard. I thought I had 11 more steps to go.
I miscounted and went straight into that fucker.
Now, like somehow I veered and like, yeah, like I didn't walk in a straight line, and I was like, fucking boom. Fucking eyes closed.
Oh my god, that's fucking great.
Like serious? No, like I was like seriously, like.
Were you knocked out at all? Did you lose any? Were you dizzy?
No. It just scared me and embarrassed me.
Oh, Troy, I love it that you were that guy, man. That's fucking great. That's fucking great. I used to back when you used to go out in public. Remember back when we used to go out and mingle among people and go into public places and use bathrooms and shit? At work back in the 90s when I was up in Boston, we had a men's room with a few, like several stalls, you know, toilet stalls. And I don't know how I figured this out. I think I don't know how I figured this out, but basically if I went in there and closed the door and did this, if I did that and just sat there in this particular stall, it would start to and it would start to reverberate more in the stall, and then it would start to go more, and I could get the whole room going. And it wasn't the first stall in, it was a few deep. So it was fun. I'd go in there sometimes, and if it was empty and somebody came in to go wash your hands or pee in a urinal or something, I'd start doing that.
Jerry, you're a sound bender.
I know, man. It was great. It would fuck with them. It was one time the dude in the office on the other side of the wall was banging on the wall like, what the fuck's going on over there? And all I'm doing is sitting there going, So I started fucking around with that. And then I shared that with my son. And then there was one time we went to the Atlanta Aquarium, and we were going in all these little cubby holes and cool places around it. And it was neat to see the fish, but we found out that there you could do it too. And it would really start to get loud at times. And we did that. We were standing in this one big picture window that was about this deep, and we were just kind of standing right next to it like this. And I was on one and he was on the other, and we were both doing it going, and it would really start to reverberate, and that started to get loud. And we stood there, and this family's coming by, and this little kid who was about 6 or 7 came up and stood in between us, and he's sitting there just looking at the stuff. And we looked at each other, and we started doing it, and it started going. And then so he looked around, and he started going. He started making his own hum, getting into it too. It's so cute, man. It's like I can play. But that shit's fun, man. You get that right fucking frequency, and you get in the right place, and it'll go to town, man. It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, like that resonant frequency.
Yeah.
Where everything kind of like vibrates.
Well, now every time I go into a public bathroom,
if
I'm using the stall, I check it out to see if this is one of those, because I've found 4 or 5 over the years, and it's like, oh, this will be fun. One of them was a huge one in like a stadium. I was like, oh, I can have a blast in here because I don't know where it's coming from in there. So,
That's funny, Jerry. How did we get on that topic? What happened?
I don't know. Or something you said that made me think of it. That's usually what happens.
Oh, something you blamed me.
You
Something
said
you said
made me think of it, man. It ain't my fault.
Do we have more questions? Were we answering a question there? What was
We got
going
plenty
on?
of questions, and we got some more in that same box that were pretty cool. Hang on. So because we talked about what do you most want to add to your collection. What's your most flavorful desktop vape? That's Agent Cushman. I mean, everybody knows mine's the Herborizer, but what about you? What do you reach for flavor?
So that's a tough one, man. And that's kind of where I've been comparing the Ballerhead and the Hot Rod right now.
Flavor?
Yeah, for flavor. Because the Ballerhead hits harder. But I think the Hot Rod tastes better.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense if it's a little lighter on it. Because
even if I like use similar amounts of weed and like use lower like temperatures to like match it or whatever, like I think it has to do with like materials. I think the Hot Rod bowl tastes better than the Flower Pot bowl, because when I take the Ballerhead and I'm sorry, Brian, when I take the Ballerhead and I put it on my Hot Rod bowl, it tastes amazing. Like, it's like, whoa, like it tastes better than the Ballerhead on the titanium bowl. Like I like the Ballerhead. I like the Flower Pot on the wooden Hot Rod bowl.
How does it compare to the Hot Rod on the Hot Rod bowl?
Similar. It's not as efficient as like the relation to the Flower Pot bowl, because like it has like that overarching heat thing. So here you're only getting the convection. You're not getting any of that like warming the bowl. You're getting pure convection through the wood here with the Ballerhead. And it rips.
See, I want you to have one of these, but with a groove right about here, all the way around. This fucker would slot into it, and then you could just let it sit there and go to town for a second and then pick it off. You know what I'm saying? Like all you need is the right slot. Wonk. And then it would hold in place.
Yeah, so you don't need a groove. You can just hold it there and it seals.
Yeah, I don't want to hold it there. I want to put it there and let it. So I want to groove.
You still have to hold it there though.
Not if I have my groove.
You want you want to be able to like hands off? You're saying?
Yeah, like what I do with this thing here. Like when I put it on here, just like there you go.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Not this time.
I usually end up doing this to try to get it to fit just right, but for the most part, I want to be able to at least have the option to leave it on there.
Improv said that he thinks the Terp Torch is tastier than the Ballerhead, and I think I would agree with that. Like the Terp Torch is fucking tasty, and on that's actually a good comparison point. And the Hot Rod is tastier than the Terp Torch, so therefore. Hot Rod is definitely tastier than the Ballerhead.
The Hot Rod is tastier than the Terp Torch?
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you attribute that to?
I don't know at this time.
Are they using them on the same bowl? Or are you saying like the Hot Rod package versus the Terp Torch package? Because that's a glass bowl over there.
Right.
I don't know if
I've hit them on the same bowls.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I've done those bowls. And on the same bowl, the terp torch is actually more powerful because it can go hotter. Like you can turn the terp torch up crazy hot and like do like a 3-second roast on a glass bowl. And the hot rod won't really do that. The hot rod is a little more balanced. Like it has all the balls, it rips, but you don't have to like rip it hard, like a medium pace. It's almost like a blend between an herborizer and a baller head. Do you notice that with your hot rod? Like you can treat it like an herborizer.
Yeah, I've taken it and put it on my herborizer bowl. I dialed it all the way down to about 11:30 or 12 and thought it was really good.
You can do the same thing on the wooden bowl.
What?
Treat it like an herborizer. Just take a casual hit, turn it at 3 o'clock. Casual. You don't have to.
I hit all of them that way. I don't hit them like you do. I hit them at that Silver Surfer type speed. That's
Okay,
slow, medium
okay.
draw,
The medium pace.
medium pace.
Does anybody get that reference? The medium pace reference?
Not me.
Push it in and out.
Sounds like a good one, though. How about this question, Troy, from Captain Zero? The portable handheld that hits the hardest through a bong.
Portable handheld, battery powered, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, go both. Give us one of each.
Okay. I think the like any butane, like a flip brick, or the Dreamwood DLX is probably my favorite butane vape for a bong. But I don't have the Jet Drive V, the Jet Drive, which is super hyped, and I don't know if they're even going to make that anymore. But the Noisy Cricket is a similar format, I think. Looks super cool. Flip brick is great. But the DLX Pro has always been my favorite bong butane rig from Dreamwood. As far as battery powered bong hidden bongs, battery powered. I would probably say the Tetra P80 or the Bull, if you can water pipe it up.
Yeah, I think they're going to do a water pipe adapter for that, but they don't have one yet. But this is what I pulled out as my example, is the one you said too. I thought I used to put this shit on a bong. Not, but when I was the P80, it was back when it was the
Tubo Evic.
Tubo, yeah, the Tubo. The Tubo, I lived on my bong. But no, this same thing, man. You put this will rip a bong, especially when you put it on like, fucking preheat mode, and it goes through all the settings and gets all, and it's just sitting there going the whole time. So this is probably the last battery powered handheld vape that spent much time on my bong. Quite frankly, I just don't give him the spot that much, but this one did it. So
yeah,
that's
that's
what you want, man.
That's a bong ripping machine. and it doesn't take much to get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, man, that thing will drive a party. Like I've seen 10, 13 people get high off that vape in like one session. Just people repacking bowls, sits there on a bong, people load it and hit it.
Keep the batteries fresh. Bring a handful of batteries. You keep on trucking, man.
Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking, baby.
Yeah, it's a great bong vape.
Yeah,
we can do a whole episode about that. We should.
Right? I like that one, man. Jean-Luc Guitard says, I prefer the high from Conduction vapes, but convection flavor is way better. What are some of your favorite Conduction vapes?
Man, we talked about this with Jean-Luc. Was it on Instagram or somewhere we chatted? But yeah, totally. My favorite Conduction vape is the DaVinci IQ. So I guess now it'd be the IQ 2 because the IQ is better.
Or the C. I prefer the C personally. So whichever way you want to go.
Just because it's cheaper.
I like that it's USB-C. and I like the look. I kind of like the look with this thing, and it's more wide open. It has a little bit more mine. It's a little more open than my IQ2 at its widest, and I always had it on its widest. So I'll probably put ceramic parts in here and run with it. You know what I mean?
That's the first thing I did. I did that test, and I could taste the difference, and that's actually why I said IQ2 over the C. But yeah, in a review scenario, I would totally say buy the C and just buy the upgraded mouthpiece, because that's really what you want.
Yeah. Love that. On the cheaper side, I mean, I kind of dig the Starry. I like the way it cools. Troy, I think you're a fan of the Aria. As far as like between those two, you and I pick up different ones on the cheap side. But there's others too.
I like them both, and I feel like they both have their own purpose. The Starry feels more like a vaporizer. You know, it has like that vaporizer format with a little mouthpiece. The Aria feels more like a hot e-blunt. You know, like a PAX. You know, you're like, that's just a different interface, and I kind of like that hot mouthpiece kind of. Like what you're getting.
Yeah, I like the CF too, because it's got that big fat fucking oven, and
that's a good point.
It feels like a hybrid. Like it feels like, because you can do more on it. Like it's such a strong conduction. That oven is so strong that you can pull on it and it can keep up with your pull, unusually so for a conduction oven. And so that thing's fun, especially for a cheap vape.
Yeah. And the air path is heated a little bit, in that little bottom coil. I'm sure that helps a little bit. I've always felt that it helps the CF and the CFX experience.
It does a lot in these, yeah.
Those vapes are great for sharing too. Like if you got multiple people all trying to get high in the same bowl, the CFX.
Yeah, that's a good point. Those are good to take to parties and pass around.
Yeah, that way if somebody steals it or somebody throws it or, whatever, somebody throws it in the pool.
Yeah. That and any VAP cap, of course, run nulls out. But let's see here. You got any advice for like best vapes for an active person to carry? Like your bike in, run in?
X Max V3 Pro. Hyped, man. That's so good for active lifestyle. It's so slim and easy to carry.
I like that whole one Fury Rogue Edge kind of thing, pick your size and go with it kind of thing. I think that's a pretty good form factor. And it's a little different feel than the V3 Pro, not a whole lot, but a little bit. So, but the V3 Pros have that removable battery, which is so fucking dope. So, yeah, that's good, man. That, it's funny. I don't know why the CF is on my head. I just know that what I like about it for running around is it's fairly durable, and if I break it, I don't care because it's pretty cheap. You know what I mean? It's like, it was like get it on sale for $69, $68, $72 somewhere in there. Usually, I mean, who knows, man? You can get them cheap. So, it's one of those I don't worry about.
On the conduction vapes, there's also the dot leaf, which I don't have.
Me neither. Is that it looks like conduction. Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's conduction.
Yeah.
I know some people that I trust and respect have said good things about it. What is that noise? Is that you or me?
I'm sorry. I think it's me.
What are you doing?
I'm fidgeting.
Why are you doing that?
With my weed containers. I'm just playing around with them. Hey, would you consider the Arisers conduction vapes?
Yeah.
I would put them on my list.
Yeah, they're good. I would consider them a best of both worlds Like they get some hybrid feeling vapor,
Mm-hmm.
but in a conduction style. Really good taste. Very, very pure with the glass vapor path.
Yeah, I'm a fan of these too. I could see that being on the list.
Oh, Improv said he doesn't like his dot leaf much. It's conduction too milkshakey. Never mind. Scratch it. I incorrect. I misquoted. Here you go, V3 Pro over dot leaf. Shit, yeah, dude. But yeah, I only brought it up because somebody was asking about conduction vapes.
Right on. All right, let's do one more. We gotta do one more. You ready?
Yeah, man. One more bowl. One more question.
Both. Let's do one more bowl and one more question. In my case, I'm already on the one more bowl, so we'll have to do. How are we on likes and shit? Can we do a dab for likes or anything?
We have 151. Art like the rum. 151.
Oh, right on.
151 rum.
Well, let's do a dab then. Or do you want to tell them to get to some number and we'll do a dab? It's all the same. Let's just do a dab.
Can we get to 169? Meh.
Yeah, let's get to 169. We'll do a dab. Meanwhile, I'm going to pack my dab. Actually, I'm going to hit this thing one more time, then pack a dab. Then we'll ask this question. Let me explain and ask the question first, and then we can hit these things and think about it. Killer, you like that? You with me?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So we're gonna ask a question and then we're gonna do a dab because we just went. It's 171 now.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask the question, and then we can hit our bongs and do our dab, and then answer the question. It's basically upgrade, keep, forget. Give us a vape you'd like to see get an upgrade, a vape you can't live without, and a vape you wish they never made.
Oh shit! So this is like fuck, marry, kill, but the vape version.
That's right. Upgrade, keep, forget. So
Thank
hit
you.
your vapes and think that one through. That's a great question. Chari Ka, I like that one. That's fun.
Thanks, Z, for catching that one. All right, I'm gonna hit this bowl and then we're gonna have a dab, and then I'm gonna think about this question or this fuck, marry, kill. It's upgrade,
Keep, you got it. You can't live without, and one you wish they never made.
Okay, upgrade, keep, never exist. Upgrade, keep, never exist. Okay.
Wow, never exists is a tough one for me, man.
This is a fucking good question. Who asked this? Where'd this come from?
Chari Ka.
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. This is a good one. This is way better than the like your house is on fire, which vape you're gonna grab type of thing. This is
Yeah. Shoot, I'm still stuck on wish they never made. Like, damn, what's that mean? Wish you never made? Like worst vape you ever tried? Or what if it's just I wish they never made this because of what it did to the market? Or you know what I mean? I don't know. Where does that come from? You like the second one?
no, I took 2 hits. I took 2 lungfuls. One inhale. It was a lot.
You're crazy.
I know, overachiever.
So yeah, how do you define this, or how do you want to think about this? Wish they never made. Wish they'd never made. You can go about it like that. I like that. You know, sing to me. Just give me some more of that. What's that finger clapping shit? Yeah. Come on, Troy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
You feeling that?
Okay. I'm gonna keep. What the fuck are we doing?
Oh,
Why?
sorry. Just chilling out, hanging with you, man.
I'm gonna keep my Mighty as is. My Mighty OG.
So what does that mean? Is that what's upgrade, keep, forget? Does that mean you're not going to change it and you're going to keep it? Can't live without it?
Yep.
Okay. So keep is Mighty.
Yep. And then
upgrade.
Check this out. I'm gonna dig up my Milana.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like I feel like that vape, like if RBT were like reinventing the Milana, rebooting the Milana with current vape tech, with balls and with whatnot, like who knows what that vape could be, with an on-demand potential, with so that would be like the dream upgrade. Is that my 3?
No, then we've got the third one is forget.
Oh yeah,
what should they not have made?
The Ghost MV1.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, just flush that thing. Get the fuck out of here.
That's hilarious. I actually thought of that as an upgrade for a second, because they could use an upgrade.
It could. You could definitely play that card.
Yeah, you could upgrade that.
It made good vapor. It had potential. Just had a lot of wrong things about it, and a lot of things in their vision that I really didn't like too. They
were unique in the space for sure, man, as far as coming in with investor money and playing it like rock stars and all that kind of shit. So I haven't seen anybody run that game in a while in this space. So it's a good point, man. I like those, man. I'm still stuck on it. Shouldn't have made. So let's just get started then. So for the upgrade, dude, I'm gonna just come back too, man. I mean, this thing fucking checks boxes I didn't know I had. I love this thing, and nobody's doing it. Nobody's fucking around with this. Carry a whole gram in your pocket, instantly ready. I mean, all you got to do is take this design and fix the fuck ups.
So you're gonna upgrade this one?
This is my upgrade all day long.
This is your upgrade. Good. This is a good upgrade.
This is my fucking upgrade. That's why I charged it, so I could use it tonight. And I mean, this was a fucking cool as shit vape, man. I'm fucking bumming the way it went. So yeah, I truly would love to see somebody redo that and upgrade it. That probably could be done. I don't know if there's any patents on this or not, but fuck it, make something similar or close or better or whatever. On the keep, I'm just going back to my herborizer, man, because I'm back to using it again. Like I was using the baller head for weeks and just really like getting it. Like I get it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, yeah, I get it. I mean, that we're doing shit that other stuff can't do. So I get it. You know what I mean? Like you can take the herborizer and turn it up to 900,000 fucking degrees and get the calories, but it's just not the same as something that's just cruising with those calories. You know what I mean? Like when you're just, it's like a muscle car kind of thing where you got all that headroom, you got everything you need. It's not stressed at all. That makes a difference in the experience. It really does. So I don't put those two in the same class. You know what I'm saying? They're different. So anyhow, the point is I broke it out for some reason again. And I'm back in love with it again. I took it with me to Tampa and I brought it back, and I love it. I fucking love it. So yeah. So that's definitely gonna be my keep. I'm always keeping that herborizer. But I wish I didn't make like a forget about. Damn, man. That's hard for me. I'm trying to think of a reason to not want a vape to have ever been made. I I don't know. I like them all. I suppose maybe something shitty. Maybe anything dry herb made by candy pins. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I've never liked any of those kind of. Or how about that? How about that Snoop G pin disaster? Which one did
Yeah,
he do? Which one did he do?
that's a good answer. That one, that the Snoop G pen damaged dry herb vape reputation to a lot of people. For that matter, what about like these devices like the Megatoke?
Well, I mean, they're just burners, man. I mean, everybody knows it. I mean, they're not. I mean, do people think those are vape?
I don't know. They're like $300 fucking dollars, dude. They're expensive.
The Megatoke, the fucking thing is just a battery that burns your weed on a bong.
They're expensive. They're not cheap. I was gonna buy one to just review it because I figured it would get some good traction, but it was really expensive, and I was like, damn, like I don't think I want to pay that for what I think it is. Like I'm
Talking
scared.
about the thing that Dab and Granny was doing a couple of years ago, and it was like I thought those were like $70 or $80 or something.
They probably should be, but they'll probably get sued for saying that. Jesus. Yeah, they're expensive.
What the fuck?
Jolioli was like sponsored by Yeah. What up, YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube.
Well, I just know that that Snoop could help us get the word out on dry herb vapes. I know he knows what's up. I mean, he's got a gold volcano, and then at least confirmed. I know he's got one of those. But
is it a hybrid?
no, it's a gold volcano.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you, but I'm just saying look, man, he's got something it represents, it represents.
Yeah.
So
represents what year was that vape invented?
20 some odd years ago. Still though, I mean, still crushing it. All I'm saying is, look, you're not doing vaporizing a disservice by sending somebody a classic volcano. That thing represents. I'm not going to hate on the thing. It's not what I would prefer to use. And you're right. I mean, I look, dude, I've said Snoop ought to be on the Silver Surfer forever. Even better if it has balls. I just always thought he'd be on something like that you could just pack a big fucking ball and get flapped. And instead he went with this little fucking pin that fucks up all the time. I'm like, what is that all about? And, so I get it, but I want him to do something better than that. And
yeah.
I would rather he do a hybrid. I'm just saying any volcano would be fun.
I would love to invite Snoop into my house and sesh him out on all my weed, all my dabs, and just show him all of the variety of heavy hitters, and just be like, yo, man, here's a few different ways to smoke and get some different tastes out of your weed, and I think you really dig it. And man, I bet he and I and the community even could really tap into pushing a vaporizer to the rest of the world. Like finding the right vape that the rest of the world can see as a viable option, an alternative to smoking. Like if fucking Snoop fucking gets on his hot rod, he's like, yo, I really dig this thing, and fucking shows it in his live stream. That's like a fucking life-changing thing, because those people have like millions of followers.
I love you, Troy, man. I was talking to Troy this before, man. Troy is such a great person. Like, Snoop goes out and takes a shit on vapes with this G-Pen thing, and Troy's like, man, I want him over here. I want to show him what's up, man. I want to show him what's up, man. I love that about you. You're always like, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, I want to bring Snoop in here and show him all this shit and go, here, you can have the G-Pen. You tell me you're really going to hit this fucking thing. Here, go ahead. And see if he'd actually hit it, man. Because, I mean, come on, man. That thing, I want to see him hit that thing. I want to see him hit it.
I mean, here's the thing. It was never presented to him as like a vaporizer or anything like that. It was probably presented to him as like, first it was a picture, and it probably had dollar signs like, hey, we're gonna make this product, and you're gonna get like fucking whatever amount of money, and you're already famous, so it's just gonna like sell because of your name on it. So it's like a win-win-win-win-win. We all this win-win-win-win-win. And then he got it to test, and somebody probably like in a conference room, like, have you been in, I don't want to say their name. I don't want to say
man.
that.
I haven't. How's that? Whatever you're gonna say, I haven't.
But yeah,
been,
demonstrating a vaporizer, like here's how it's used. Like they will pack it and hold it, and here you go. They'll give you the best hit. So I'm sure Snoop got the best hit that vape can provide.
Yeah, probably.
Like, all right, man, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it got some people started. Like, I'm sure some people started on that Snoop Dogg G Pen, or there's a few other versions of it too. Like the G Pen had a few other. It was like the exact same product, but just not with Snoop's name on it. But I'm sure some people started there, and then they found the right path. But I feel like a lot more people turned anti-vape because of that experience.
Yeah. That's why I wish it hadn't been done, but that's probably the only one I can think of. Because that's probably, yeah. I'm gonna plant both feet on that landing on that vape. If I look back on vapes, that's the one that actually disappoints me. That's the one that I'm like, fuck. Of all the ones it was going to represent, that was the one that went out there and people will run up against. Fuck.
Maybe he should have another vape with balls, and it should be called the sequel.
The sequel. Right on. Have to figure out a way to get some balls in there. Like maybe the Q's got 2 little circles in it or something. I don't know.
There we go.
Yeah. Some balls in it. So.
I bet we could get some sort of Snoop Dogg collab going. Well, not that he needs us, but with balls.
Well, we got to end this with a dab because we didn't do that. So.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, we're at 181 likes.
Yeah.
Congrats,
so we're gonna dab it up,
we
and thank you guys for sticking in for so long, man. We had a good time with you tonight, man. That was fun.
Where are my dabs? Oh, there they are. Right in front of my face. Right by my keyboard.
Come on, Troy. Sing it. Sing it, Troy.
Nope.
No, he's not going to do it. Nope. Sorry, folks.
It only happens by accident.
Throat stuff's great, man. I got to learn that shit. You're inspiring me. Looks really cool.
Oh, man. When someone stole my CD player out of my car when I was living in Illinois, in Rockford, Illinois, someone stole my shit. And while I didn't have any tunes in my car, I would often practice throat singing while driving.
Wow.
Because I didn't have any radio, So like driving around, running errands, going to and fro work, and taking my kid to school. Got to entertain myself. It's like beatboxing and throat singing were the 2 main options.
I've just never heard of throat singing until you came into my life, so that you were even like into doing it. I would expect the first person I tell me about that is like somebody who just heard about it. Instead, it's somebody who's like driving to work doing it. It's fucking great. But I get you on that, man. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Had some good times.
I like turning off the radio when I drive, man. There's plenty of times I just go silent and fuck it, man. I like driving quiet.
Yeah, and then you can hear like your brakes are squeaking and shit. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's always a drag.
My car's running like shit.
I'm with you, man.
I didn't know because my radio was so loud all the time. Damn it.
Cheers, guys. Cheers in the chat. Load them up.
Look at you doing the Rio assist.
Yeah, man. Every time. We do it every time here.
It's beautiful.
I love it. Thank you.
You're going hot and hurty there, Jerry. You're still fucking torching too. Look at this man.
And I'm dialing it down. We were going hotter before. I'm trying to bring it back down.
Nice. You liking it? Doing a good job?
Oh, yeah, I love it. Oh.
What do you got? What kind of terps you got there?
Some home press.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I got home press as well.
We're going at it, baby.
Can't find my Ignite Mini, but
Go to town.
Carpet sound a bitch, and then we inhale into our lungs.
yummy, yummy, yummy.
Oh, it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah. That was nice, Jerry. That
Loving
was
it.
Is there any more questions in the chat that we can? Rockford is where you get your weed. Oh, spent a lot of time in Rockford. Go to DeTulio's in Rockford for the best motherfucking Italian meat or veggie panini.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, dude, great little Italian deli, like a real Italian deli, like the Tulio's, DITUL, maybe 2 L's, I don't know, IO. Yes, something like that. I can't spell right now because I'm too high, but it's DI. DeTulio's.
DeTulio's. I like how you throat sing that out too. Fucking works. DeTulio's.
I used to go there all the time. Love that place. My wife. Woo! Hey,
Oh, easy.
hot
Yeah.
hot turp.
Glass.
I caught one. Where's the
Oh,
other
don't
one?
catch. Don't catch.
No, I don't know, dude. I've lost so many terp pearls in the carpet.
Yeah, you don't want them on your hand though.
Well, they'll cool down pretty quick
All
once they're
right.
outside the banger.
Not digging that.
Is this one? Oh, it's the sick one, man. Well, one's ruby, one's sick. What was I saying before I clumsied myself?
I don't know, but Isaac Epperson's talking about getting a Tampa Cuban right now. Dude, I had some real good Cuban food this week. And I held off on the Cuban sandwich because I don't do pork, but man, I wish I did because I love the sandwiches. They're so good.
Cuban sandwich.
Yeah. That's the one place I'd probably make an exception. I didn't this time. Oh.
I'm gonna start
All right.
making some barbecue videos. I gotta
Yes.
I gotta revive my barbecue channel.
I want to see some of that.
Yeah, it's in my head.
You should do the ultimate video on oak and coals.
You need an oaken first.
Yeah. But everybody, like, it was always, what about the coals? And like, so Dan was like, here's a video on how to make them. And you know, Dan, he'll make, you know, he starts at the basics. So here's a bamboo seed. First you start from, it's like shit. So anyhow, yeah, I'd love to see your version of that. So that'd be fun.
Someday.
Yeah, baby. All right, man. Well, that was fun. I think that dad baked me out, ready to cash out.
The MVS tip question: Vong or OG titanium? MVS tip. I don't know. Like, the more I switch tips, the more I realize there are subtle heating differences in between the tips, but it doesn't really matter. Like,
Yep.
once you Once you figure it out, like, yeah, you write it. I think my favorite tip is still the original 7-fin, like the OG 7-fin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that one performs for me is still my favorite.
That the first one you got into a real good groove with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first time I fell in love with a specific tip was the 19M. Because I've always liked the stainless steel tips since they started doing them, but the 19 I think was my favorite. Like that was the first one I was like, whoa, this is a significant improvement. Fucking bring it on. I love that one. That was my favorite. But I've always been a stainless steel guy. Anyhow, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Jerry. What's on your shirt?
It's a Pink Floyd tour shirt from the 90s.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty cool shirt, man. I like it. I revived it, put it back in the rotation. It's getting around.
Sweet. All right, Jerry.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you. It's been good.
It's been good. Next week, we're going to talk about some shit. In the meantime, yeah.
Talk about some shit. In the meantime, subscribe so you'll know about it.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. There's some Black Friday deals up on my website on 420 Vape Zone. If you're into that shit. Next week, I think we're going to go over some of them. Or what's next week? We're doing something Black Friday, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Black Friday next week.
Maybe.
Is that what you
Probably.
said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That'll be fun. We'll kind of look at what's going on out there. What looks good.
Yeah. All right. Until next time, adios. Thanks for session with us.
Yeah, man, you guys are dope.
Stay hydrated. Stay high. Stay happy.
High hydrated.
High and hydrated. As Jerry drinks it up.
Yes, peace. Thanks, guys.